Hey, what's going on? It's your brother P. Giving y'all day 6 in the Proverbs reading for the month. We're reading one chapter of Proverbs every month. I'm gonna break it down for y'all. So here we go, Proverbs 6. So just real quick, like in my Bible, it's titled. The first part of chapter 6 is titled "Financial Entanglements." All right. So basically, it's basically talking about, to pledge oneself as a guarantee for another's debts. So basically, like you becoming a co-signer. You know what I'm saying? Like you co-sign somebody from the financial standpoint who's not trustworthy, or doesn't have the ability to pay back the loan or whatever. So you get yourself caught up by being a co-signer. All right, for friends and neighbors. In some cases, family members. Only time I could really see being a co-signer being reasonable is, if you wanted to buy your son a car and you co-sign with it, when he was in college or high school, where they're not completely financially independent. You're trying to teach them how to be independent. And, if they need some help, you can help them out. But other than that, I'll read it to you. Just want to give you that backdrop. It says, "My son, if you put up security for your neighbor or enter into an agreement with a stranger, you have been snared by the words of your mouth and trapped by the words of your mouth. Do this then, my son, and free yourself. For if you put yourself in your neighbor's power, go humble yourself and plead with your neighbor. Don't give sleep to your eyes and slumber to your eyelids. Escape like a gazelle from a hunter, like a bird in a hunter's trap." So he said, man, don't get yourself caught up with none of these jokers, man. And sometimes it even comes to, like, they'll come to you, be like, we're starting a business, and I want you to be co-owner and get you to sign some paperwork so that you become liable when things don't go the right way. So all kind of goes with, not being, being unequally yoked, not getting yoked with unrighteous people. And, basically this verse, Proverbs give you real life. This is real life wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Like, people think that the Bible is just this churchy, religious, blah, blah, blah. But no, this is real life instruction. So you succeed in your life in all areas. You know what I'm saying? It's common sense wisdom. And then we go into verse 6, talk about being lazy. You know what I'm saying? We can talk about, man, laziness, especially in this country. We live in a welfare system. There's a system of welfare. And not to say that it's wrong for the system to help people in need, but what we've done is we've created a needy society, which means people don't know how to work. You know what I'm saying? You got people, especially a lot of females, who know that they can have a whole bunch of kids and the government will take care of them, food stamps and Section 8 housing and all these things. So that keeps them in an attitude they don't need no men. You feel what I'm saying? And that's why come you see a lot of these women, they have so many different baby fathers because number one, also they're being promiscuous, but so more than that, it's not even so much that they're being promiscuous, is that they refuse to submit to one man because they always know that, well, you know what? If I don't like how he does it or whatever, I'll be on welfare, and they'll calculate. Well, I get this much child support, and then I'll kick the man out, and that's kind of what happened to me. And they don't realize that later on they don't realize that the system's set up for them to do that. But then after the man leaves the house, they realize that they only living check by check, living by the skin of their teeth, and then when things happen in life that are unexpected, they're stuck. And it's very hard for them to get out of a mediocre lifestyle by themselves with a bunch of kids. But the system has made it seem attractive to live these lifestyles, and society has adopted these morals. And, there's a lot of dudes out here living off these females. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these dudes, they don't want to work. They want to call themselves hustling and living in some Section 8 house with some female that got Section 8 house and a bunch of kids. So, it was talking about, it says, "Go to the ant, you slacker, observe its way and become wise. Without leader, administration, or ruler, it prepares its provisions in the summer. It gathers food during harvest. How long will you stay in bed, you slacker? When will you get up from your sleep? A little slumber, a little folding of the arms of rest, and your poverty will come like a robber, your need like a bandit." You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I be tired. You can see the bags under my eyes. I'll be out here grinding to get every single dollar. Nothing's given to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know nothing else of how to get it. I've been working since I was 13. My grandfather worked till he was 65. He went to work every single day, rain, hail, sleet, snow, whatever it was. He out there, he made it happen. You know what I'm saying? You know, and that's all I know. Then you're talking the next couple of verses, we're talking about a malicious man. All right. And what we're talking about here, it says a worthless person, a wicked man goes around speaking dishonestly. All right, people, you know, that's out here trying to get over on people. He's a worthless person, a wicked man. All right. And this is what God calls these people. Like, you know, in churchianity, if you call people out like this, oh my God, he doesn't have a spirit of God. Nah, break this down. It says a worthless person, a wicked man goes around speaking something. He's worthless, a wicked, worthless man. Wicked in his eyes, signaling with his feet, and gesturing with his fingers. Always plotting evil, perversity in his heart. Stirs up trouble. Therefore, calamity will strike him suddenly, and it'll be shattered instantly beyond recovery. I can think of a couple of people that I've interacted with recently. Some people that I have mistakenly got involved in business with, and just describe them. They're worthless. They're wicked. They're always trying to cause trouble. They're always trying to plot to try to get over. But you know what the Bible says here, that, you know, they've done things to me and talk bad about me and try to get over on me. But it's all good because the Bible says in verse 15 that therefore calamity will strike them suddenly. And they'll be shattered beyond repair. There ain't going to be no coming back for them. You know what I'm saying? We all go through, you know, like, you know, I've been through a lot, but I bounce back because I'm on the right side. But these folks ain't gonna be no bounce back. They're gonna get hit, and it's a wrap for them. It's over. It's gonna be a wrap. Then we're going into the next part, talking about the Lord hates. This is a good section because so much of churchianity will try to tell you that God's love, God's just love. Actually, we're talking about things that God hates. So God can't hate, he ain't just love. Don't let him lie to you. It says the Lord hates 6 things. In fact, 7 are detestable to him. Arrogant eyes, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that plots wicked schemes, feet eager to run to evil, a lying witness who gives false testimony, and one who stirs up trouble among brothers. All right. So basically, when we're talking about, he's breaking down the things that he hates. You know, basically he hates people who are arrogant, who raise tithe, people who are proud people that deny God's authority. See, when the world is humble, they want you to kind of dumb yourself down and compare to other people. But true humility is dumb yourself down compared to God. You see what I'm saying? When he talks about people who are arrogant, he's not talking about people who think they are better than the next man. He's talking about people who they feel like they think that they are better than God. They don't respect his authority. That's what we talking about. The gay is the gay pride month because they're prideful. They don't respect God's authority, so therefore they promote homosexual lifestyles. You see what I'm saying? That's the pride that the Bible's talking about. So, you know, people try to use that to try to take away your shine and make you act like you're not a child of God. If I'm a child of the Most High, I'm going to act like it. I mean, I don't know. It says, you know, wicked heart. You know what I'm saying? He hates people with a wicked heart, man. People always wicked, always wanting to do the wrong thing, always plotting some evil thing. Their hearts are just wicked. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no good in them. He then goes on to say in verse 19, he hates a lying witness who gives false testimony. Basically, he hates people that lie, hates liars, people that lie on other people. You know what I'm saying? That's what God hates. So that when people lie on you, you got to realize that their beef, they don't cause beef with God, not just you. They don't cause beef with God. That's the issue right there. So that's why I be telling these folks, I be like, y'all beefing with me, y'all coming at me, y'all getting yourself in a beef with God. That's the kind of beef you want to get into. You don't need to worry about me, but by coming at me, and I'm part of the kingdom of Yahweh, you've now set yourself, you've tried to step in Yahweh's kingdom and try to try to do something to someone who's under the authority of Yahweh. You see what I'm saying? So if, you know, the Bible talks about being a slave, right? And I know people hate them connotations, but let's just break it down. If I'm a slave to Yahweh, right? He owns me, right? How is an outsider, right? A free man who is of the world gonna come in and try to do something to me that is owned. So you are attacking the property of Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? That's destruction. You trying to do that's the charge. You'll get charged with destruction. If you try to destroy me, you're gonna get charged with destruction of property, right? Just like if you go and you know, flatten your girlfriend's tires or smash your windows or whatever, you're gonna get charged for destruction of property, and you're gonna get found guilty, and you will have a punishment for it. All right. So all those folks that want to keep coming at me, they are trying to destroy the property of God. It's attempted battery, all right? Attempted assault and battery on the property of Yahweh. What do you think he's going to do to that? What do you think he's going to do to someone that does that? All right? And that goes to everyone that's in the kingdom of heaven, that you can understand that God's going to destroy those who come against you because they're trying to usurp his authority. All right? We're getting to verse 20. We're talking about warning against adultery. It says, my son, keep your father's commands. Don't reject your mother's teachings. Always bind them to your neck. Tie them around your neck. When you walk here and there, they will guide you. When you lay down, they will watch over you. When you wake up, they will talk to you. For a command is a lamp, teaching is a light, and corrective discipline is the way of life. All right, so I'm about to break this down real quick. God just gave me revelation. So a lot of times, real life adultery, cheating on your wife and messing around with these Jezebel females is definitely a sin and can destroy your life. All right, we got that. But this adultery that I believe that they're talking about here is spiritual adultery. Because we're talking here, he's talking about keeping the commandments of God, talking about how the commandments of God is a lamp, the teachings of God is a light, and corrective discipline is the way to your life, and to protect you from the evil woman. Now, who is the evil woman? We need to really, really, really break that down. You see what I'm saying? Is the evil woman in the spiritual? Could Satan be in a feminine form? Could false teaching, the harlot. So you break down Revelations real quick, all right? You break down Revelation real quick and it talks about the harlot, all right? The harlot, the adulterous church, the harlot. You feel what I'm saying? So maybe the evil woman is the harlot, which is, to me, the harlot, it describes churchianity, all right? And oh man, this is crazy. And it talks about, if you look at Revelation, it talks about the Lacedemonian church and how they are rich and they feel like they got everything and they're beautiful and everything is good. But then, a prostitute is like, God looks at, he called out Israel for their spiritual adultery. They cheating on God. So basically, they talking about warning about adultery. They talking about warning against cheating on God with other gods. And the evil woman, she'll flatter you. Don't lust in your heart for her beauty. For a prostitute's few is only left only a loaf of bread, but the wife of another man goes after a precious wife. So then now I feel like in this verse we're getting back into the physical. Here's another thing. Now we're talking about adultery, right? I'm gonna give y'all a personal story. My second baby's mom was killed by her husband. That was my baby mama's stepdad, and they were married, and I don't know if they got separated, which really is in God's eyes, either you married or you ain't married. You know what I'm saying? I just know separation, but they separated. She was out, doing her, sleeping around, living her best life. Dude found out he already had some drug issues, mental issues, some demons, I'm sure, and he killed her with his bare hands. And in this verse, it's talking about that, and it says, for a prostitute's fee is only a loaf of bread, but the wife of another man goes after a precious life. All right. Man, listen, it says, can a man embrace fire and his clothes not be burnt? Can a man walk on burning coals without scorching his feet? So it is one who sleeps with another man's wife. No one touches will go unpunished. Then it gives you like an anomaly. It says people don't despise the thief if he steals to satisfy himself when he's hungry. But if they catch him, he still got to pay back 7 times as much as he stole. He must give everything in his house. Because for stealing, it's not that, we're going to kill you, or put you in jail because you stole to eat. What the penalty for stealing is you got to pay back 7 times what you took. And if you're already in a position where you're poor enough that you got to steal, then that 7 times is going to be everything you own. It's still owed to you, but we ain't going to kill you or put you in jail. It says, the one who commits adultery lacks sense. Whoever does so destroys himself. He will gain a beatness on his disgrace and never be removed. His disgrace will never be removed. For jealousy enrages the husband, and he will show no mercy when he takes revenge. He will not buy peace by anything or persuaded by lavish bribes. See what I'm saying? So again, let's break this down. Let's get it back to, we know that in the physical, that adultery can lead to death. And we're talking about in spiritual adultery can lead to eternal death. Because if you think about God being the one, right? So basically, people think that they can go away from the ways of God and embrace false teachings. You see what I'm saying? And that God is those who go against, they're gonna get burnt. And he's gonna come down and he's gonna punish them. And you know, all the sacrifices, all the tithes in the world ain't gonna change the consequence that God's gonna put on those who've cheated against him. And that's what he did to Israel. And that's why, you know, if you read Deuteronomy 28, that's why black people in America who are the natural physical descendants of Israel, even though now it doesn't really matter, does not matter. I want to be clear, it does not matter what color skin you are, even though black people are truly, I do believe, are the physical descendants of the true Israelites of the Bible, and that many of the characters in the Bible are black. The Bible is clear that it's not about your lineage, it's about your heart. And Jesus opened up the freedom to have a relationship, and he died on the cross and shed his blood for everybody, Gentile, Jew, Greek, whatever. So black people do not have any special authority within the kingdom of God simply because we are the physical descendants of the people of the Bible. Only those who accept Jesus Christ in their heart and live according to the commandments of Yahweh can enter the kingdom of heaven, even though obviously the Israelites are God's chosen people. We were God's chosen people. We enter that to another place, but we have constantly back throughout the Bible times, throughout history, and even today, we have clearly rejected the teachings and ways of Yah and Yeshua. And that's why we're under the judgment and curses in the black communities, especially in America that we're under. And it's you know, while we have been victimized, there's been horrible things done to us. You know, we're not the victim. You know, we have, as a people, suffering the consequences of the adultery of our forefathers, and really the consequences of our adultery today. So that's Proverbs 6 me, and I'm gonna let y'all rock. It's late. I gotta get in the shower. We're gonna hit 7 tomorrow. Holla at your boy.